Care CEO Brian Thompson will be in court tomorrow morning. Luigi Mangione is expected to formally waive extradition, which would allow him to be taken here to New York to face murder charges. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace live at the courthouse in Altoona now, covering the latest here on this case. Sarah.
Well, Adam and Gilma, we expect that he will be here in court tomorrow morning, and he is expected to waive extradition. Actually, there are two hearings scheduled. One is a preliminary hearing on the charges in Pennsylvania, but that likely will not now go forward because of the Manhattan charges. Members of the NYPD will also be here in the morning. They are prepared to take Mangione into their custody and transport him back to New York City. The back entrance of the Blair County Courthouse. It's where Luigi Mangione will be brought in by court officers, transported from this prison 26 miles away, where he's been housed since his arrest in Altoona last week on gun and forgery charges.
Out of touch.
The 26-year-old belligerent at his initial court appearance, but now he is said to be willing to voluntarily be extradited to New York City, where he faces an 11-count indictment for the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The Manhattan DA detailed the accusations.
This was a frightening, well-planned, targeted murder that was intended to cause shock, inattention, and intimidation.
The top count, first-degree murder in furtherance of an act of terrorism. But legal analyst Danny Savalos says that may be an overreach.
Frankly, I think this was a risky charge to charge Mangione with first-degree murder because terrorism is actually pretty difficult to define. Was this crime intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population? Well, number one, you could argue that every violent crime intimidates or coerces a civilian population. And number two, the defense might argue that Mangione was striking out to protect the civilians against the corporate overlords.
NYPD officials say Mangione was found with a 3-page handwritten document critical of corporate America, along with a ghost gun with a ballistic match to the one used to kill Thompson. Former Manhattan veteran prosecutor Karen Friedman Agnifilo is now leading Mangione's defense team. Here's what she said on CNN before being hired.
There might be a not guilty by reason of insanity defense that they're going to be thinking about.
Savalos agrees.
He would have to admit to all the underlying conduct, but prove through medical and other testimony that he didn't appreciate the wrongfulness of his actions.
If all goes as planned, Mangione could be out of this courthouse and on his way back to New York City by mid-morning, and it is possible that he could be arraigned in Manhattan sometime later tomorrow.